from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from
Let's head to Pac-12 country where my boy Flat Top resides at. So we got Oregon. They're going on the road to take on UCLA. Game had a little bit more hype a couple weeks ago, but it don't seem like it got the same buzz as it did a couple weeks ago. But interesting nonetheless. Let me find it real quick on my notepad. South Carolina, no. Tennessee, San Diego. Bear with me, fellas. Scroll. What is this, a late game or something? I mean, an early game? I did not see it. 1 second. Central California, Utah, North Carolina, Western.
It's 12:30.
Oh, that's why it's a 12:30 game. It's all the way. I'm looking for the Cali games at the bottom. Why
Yeah,
we're not?
it's the middle of the day.
I don't know. Utah State, Memphis. Oh, dramatic pause and shout. Illinois, Penn State, Michigan, Kansas State, Central Michigan, Bowling Green State, Oklahoma, no, Penn State, Texas State, no. There we go. All right, Oregon and California, Los Angeles. Here we go. That line opened up at UCLA -2. The total is at 59.5. Couple of these actual factuals. Let's start with Oregon. They're 1-6 ATS in their last 7 games. 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games. 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games against UCLA. 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games this season. 1-6 ATS in their last 7 games against an opponent from the Pac-12. The total has gone under in 5 of their last 5 games when playing against UCLA. It's also gone under in 7 of Oregon's last 9 games. UCLA, they're 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games. 5-2 straight up in their last 7 games. 7-3 ATS in the last 10 games against an opponent from the Pac-12. 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games against an opponent in the North Division. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games played in October, and 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games played in week 8. Total has gone under in 5 of the last 5 games when played against Oregon, but over in 5 of the last 6 games when played at home. Your world, man. Oregon on the road to take on UCLA -2. What you got? I got the Ducks. That boy Pitch say I got the Ducks. Quack is in one hand, and Barley get a win in UCLA.
I have got the same thing, and it's in watching these two teams last week. It was frustrating because Oregon had Cal, who they should have just stomped, and they didn't. Granted
that was so disappointing.
I know Thibodeau was out, in the first half, which I'll give them that, but they should have second half did it. They got the win, so they get to keep their top 10 ranking. Though the way they've been playing, I don't think they should be there. And then UCLA was playing Washington, another one of those trash. It's like they had an opportunity to show that they're one of the better teams, and they just squeaked by with a 7-point victory. And everyone's basically echoing what I was going with. So I got Oregon money line in this one, just for the fact Thibodeau, I think, is going to make it super hard on UCLA and DTR. Brown looked okay, but I think Oregon defensively is going to make it a challenge for them to score. So I think they've got just enough offensively to do it. Dye's going to carry the ball. Anthony Brown's going to get it going early. But yeah, I like Oregon money line as the underdogs. Big reason why they're that 1-6 on that spread is because they've been favored in every game except that Ohio State. And yeah, just to keep it brief, I think Oregon money line, and then I also really like the under in this one at 59. The way both of these offenses have been playing as of late, they're getting a lot of field goals and not finishing for touchdowns. So I think this one will stay under that 60-point mark.
Yeah, disappointed in both these teams after the way they started the season off. This should have been one of those prime time big Cali night games, late night Pac-12 action, and with the way they played over the last couple of weeks, it's just been highly disappointing. Yeah, that's so. What is going to, and my opinion is going to boil down to, can the Ducks get enough stops on the road against DPR and that offense and Chip Kelly and his offense. Both teams are averaging 30 points a game. Both teams are giving up, or Oregon's giving up 21, while UCLA is giving up 25. Oregon had to stumble against Stanford. And other than that, man, we probably still think highly of this Oregon team if they don't stumble up against Stanford, who Stanford's been playing pretty good football, honestly. They just got hurt recently before all those injuries. Stanford was balling. I like Brown over DTR just because, even though DTR has been playing great this season, though, Brown doesn't turn the ball over as much. DTR only got 2 interceptions this year. So I hate to kind of throw that on him. That's kind of his knock, being of the past, but he's been playing pretty good this season. But they haven't really played anybody. At the end of the day, Fresno State, I'll give them to Arizona State. It's a good team. Fresno State, although a good team year in and year out, UCLA, you're supposed to beat them. You're supposed to beat them. Arizona State, I can give you that. With Daniels, he's been playing really good football. He's probably supposed to be in his breakout year if he just stops turning the ball over. I'll give you that loss. But you got to beat Fresno State if you want to play with the big boys in the Pac-12. If you want to be with the USCs and Oregons and try to win the Pac-12, fighting for a bowl, you got to beat Fresno State, bro. And for that reason, I'm just not really. Every time they've played up in competition, they've lost. At the end of the day, and Oregon hasn't really played anybody since Ohio State. That's still a good victory. They lose to a tough Stanford team. I can give them that. I think Stanford is tough. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think Stanford is really good. And so I'm going to ride with y'all. I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to ride with the people in the chat. I like Oregon on the money line as well. I think it's just – I'm just not a believer in Chip yet, man. He has to show me. I haven't seen him do it in big games since he left. And so until I see it, he got to show me. Like I said, you got to beat Fresno State. I don't care. I know they're good. I know they've been good, but you're supposed to have the better athletes. It's supposed to be your time, so to speak. You coming up, you got to beat Fresno State. So I gotta go with Oregon on the money line here. Gotta ride with you guys. Gotta ride with the chat.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from